Hey everyone, Tracy here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am part of a LV handcrafted collaboration hop for Not Too Shabby Shop. We are the alumni, so past and present designers for Not Too Shabby Shop are getting together and just kind of having some fun. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so what I have here is I have the original Easy Wonder die designed by Lynn at LV Handcrafted. I have the cording die set to the, and I'll tell you here in a minute. I wrote it down. Where did I write it down? I have the coordinating die set to its apple season, and here's the paper pad for its apple season. So I'm combining paper pads here because I love that kind of off yellow. And then I'm going to be using the Happy Fall from the Pick Me Up die set with the coordinating die. Right here, it's just a little rectangle. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that faux glittery paper and I'm going to cut it up with my Easy Wonder die because I will end up using all the pieces here or there, someplace. They'll all get used. And I'm going to be making a shaker card today. So I'm going to use this piece of paper right here as my background paper. So I'm going to trim that down to 4 by 5 1/4. Kind of decide what I want to keep and what I might want to lose. And trust me, I'll save that for later too. I have a ton of Not Too Shabby scraps because I absolutely love their papers. So let's go ahead and get that one trimmed down to the 5 1/4. So we'll be using an A2 card base, and I picked out a red card base. And then I've got my piece that's going to be my shaker here, and then I have chosen all my little pieces of ephemera there up to the side. So the first thing I'm going to do is prepare my shaker. So I'm going to glue this piece down to a piece of acetate, and then I'll trim the acetate off. I could have trimmed the acetate first, but I could find that never mind. I'd just rather trim it off after. It's just me and the way that I roll. So I am going to be using some wet glue for this, and just trying not to get too much close to the inside portion of my shaker. And I'll lay that down on that piece of acetate. And then I'm going to push the glue out towards the outside, and I'm going to use my little bone folder to just kind of smooth it out so it doesn't creep up to the inside of my circle there. I've got a little bit of glue there that I can just wipe off, no problem. And that's just my sloppiness. And then I'll go ahead and just trim the acetate off. And I do save all those acetate pieces too for pop-ups and interactive cards and just whatever. I have acetate all over the place. So we'll go ahead and trim off the side there, and that piece is ready to go. And we'll get that picked up here. So by the way, this is a hop, so that I hope that you can go ahead and pay a visit to all the rest of the hoppers. There is a playlist linked down below so that you can just load the whole hop and just watch them, let them play. All right, so we'll get this stuck down, just make sure it's all nice and even. This is a super easy card, and yet it's really, really pretty and cute because the little dog. So we've got our little card on our card base, our little background on our card base, and I'm going to go ahead and prepare my shaker portion, and I'm just adding foam strips to it. And we'll go ahead and get these down, and then we'll be ready to fill our shaker. And I'm just putting them on all around the outside, and then I'll kind of line the inside. Lots of cool stuff going on at Not Too Shabby Shop. She's got clubs going. She's got a paper pad of the month club. She's got the full kit of the month club. She's got mini clubs, all kinds of good stuff. And it's also the only place that you can get the Easy Wonder dies. Now, I don't have the second and third Easy Wonder dies yet. I will. Eventually I'll have them. You know, budget's always a concern, but, you know, they're kind of, you know, your dies are an investment, and when you can get as many stuff, like you can see all the pieces that I got out of that 6 by 6 piece of paper that I can utilize in other cards. It's well worth it. That's all the things you don't have to manually cut out. And plus that, they've got the cool little stitching on the edges, which I think is, tops there. And it just kind of adds that special extra detail. So I've almost got this all the way around, and I have here some foam tape that doesn't have a sticky back. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll take my thing of foam tape, and I will take all the backs off, and then I will unsticky it by using a whole lot of anti-static powder. That'll take the stickiness off, because for doing shapes like this and stuff, the stickiness, the paper kind of gets in the way, so I kind of prefer to just manually glue it down. But you do you. And then I'm going to go ahead and decorate the inside with a couple of these little faux glitter pieces. I do love this cream color against red. So I'll do a longer flag, and then I'll do a shorter flag, and then we'll get back to our shaker. I'm just using wet glue, and I believe that's my art glitter glue bottle. I've got them marked with washi tape, and so my brain knows which is which, because I tend to use a lot of PVA glue too. All right, now I've got all these little embellishment spot things. I pulled out several from several different seasons, because I'm looking for several colors. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of measure the in-between space, because I want to stick some of those down so that my shaker portion has pieces all over it, that don't have to be shaken. So I'll just take my little pick tool and grab some of these, kind of the yellows and the off yellows, and I'm just going to kind of stick them within that space where that circle's going to be, so that I have pretties all throughout. And I'll just do several of them. Do this little sort of light green one. They're all nicely coordinate with the colors of the background and the ephemera pieces. Let's see here, trying to pick another. I think I'll go again with maybe another yellow. So it looks like I have 3 shades of yellow here. That one's kind of more of a gold. I love those. I love them. And these are, you can't really see them on camera, but they're sparkly underneath. And they're fairly flat. They're not too big. And then I'm going to take some of these leaves that I have in my collection, because they kind of go with the little leaves on the apple blossoms. And those are going to be my shaker bits. And then I am going to add some little like micro beads for shaker bits as well, because they make a neat sound and they help everything shake around. And the trick here for me is, because we have an old house and it isn't particularly level, is keeping them all in the center. I'm not doing too many. I don't need a ton. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my liquid glue to my shaker part. And I'm just making sure that I get glue all the way around so none of my shaker bits try to fall out. And again, this is, yeah, my art glitter glue. It's almost gone, and then I probably won't use art glitter glue anymore. I'll probably just stick to my PVA glue. It's the only thing different is that the PVA glue takes a little bit longer to dry, which in a lot of cases is really handy, because maybe you want to move something around still. So I'm going to go ahead and set my shaker window over my shaker bits and just kind of tap on them to break them up. And just make sure that that's nice and even on the card front. And then I'll go ahead and lay down my ephemera pieces. So I'm going to do this little canister first, and I'm just making kind of a cluster here. And I'm not putting glue on the part where the acetate is, because I don't want it to ooze out. Then I'm going to put this adorable little puppy here, and as I put him, I want to make sure that part of the apples are showing from my canister. So I'm going to scoop my canister up a little bit. And then I'll put Puppy down. Oh gosh, that little dog, so adorable. This would be a great card to, give to a teacher, or kid or your grandmother or wherever. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this little apple blossom like it's laying on the little puppy's back. Of course, that's a giant apple blossom compared to the puppy, but you know, we use our imagination, right? And then I'll put this other little apple blossom up here in this top left corner. And then all we have left to do is do our embellishments and do our sentiment. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more embellishments on the shaker window itself. Just a couple. Because I kind of go crazy with these little enamel dots. Probably because they're so easy to do and they're so beautiful. Let's grab this kind of lighter yellow one. Come on, little guy. We'll just do 3 over here up at the top. We'll do little ones maybe down here, and maybe not. Nope, we're going to leave that. And then we'll go ahead and get our sentiment done, and I will do that off camera. So here's my sentiment, and I stamped that in red, and then I'm using this next flag, one of the flags from the 6 that I cut out, and I did stack the sentiment several high, I think maybe 3 high, and I'm just going to lay it right on top of that flag. And then you don't have to do the flag, but I wanted to bring in some more of that kind of faux glitter paper. Just trying to decide where I'm going to put this now, and I think I'm going to put it in the center. I don't know. Come on, make up my mind. That's the hardest part for me, is deciding where to put the sentiment to make sure that the composition of the card is, you know, pleasing. So I'm going to go ahead and just place it right in the middle and just underneath my shaker window. And then all I have left to do is to add a couple of more little embellishments, and this card is done. Super, super easy. Let's see. Let's grab this really light green one. And I'll place that right here. Oh, let me see. Right there. And maybe a yellow one right here. And that's 5 total. So I'm not sure if I'm going to make 6 or where I'm going with this, because I have to be honest with you, I recorded this a while ago. Let's put one right here, a nice big one. So total of 6 of them, plus the inside. So there's our little shaker card, all done. Make sure you follow along with the hop for Not Too Shabby Shop, and I will have a link down below to the shop itself and along with everything I use. Show me a thumbs up, give me some love, take care, bye-bye.